you love to play. Oh, you love to play. Don't your comments won't relay. Sign this on my page for you. Oh my God, he changed. Young life, I can't see back karma. I just need some brains so I could keep myself in order.
At this point, y'all motherfuckers pissing me off. And I feel like y'all bitches were the ones who fucking messed with my fucking account, too. Fuck ass fuckers. He got problems, she got problems. Only I got 411 problems. Hey, hi, what's up, y'all? It's time for another story time. I look crazy because it's twist out is like, take me out. Anyway, yes, you see the title. It's called the Slumber Party. We were in, during this time, this story play, blah, blah, blah. This story time takes place during, I was in 7th grade. 7th grade. I was in 7th grade. Okay, so remember in my first girl fight, if you haven't watched that story time, this is that story time. You should go check that out. So this kind of correlates with that one. It kind of makes sense. I'm shooting y'all. I am. Shit. Anyway, it kind of makes sense, right? Okay, so I don't want to say like everybody has a set of mean girls, but I think every high school like has its certain groups and certain set of people, right? So me personally, I never considered myself popular. I never did, because of certain things that went on behind the scenes, right? Anyway, me and I'm gonna give her a name. Classmate. Me and classmate. Or do I want to give her a name? What should I call her? Pinky. So I'm gonna name her Pinky. Me and Pinky are in. We're in class together. Like we have been traveling. I think not necessarily traveling, but I mean like in the same class, in the same class through different grades. So I think we have been in the same class from 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade. I think we had been in the same class than them, but we was cool. We was cool. Like we had spent the night at each other's houses. Like she had been to my house and spent the night. I had been to her house and spent the night. So we were really, really cool, right? So Pinky was the one in the girl fight story who was like, yeah, you beat that. And she was the one who had my hand up in the air and I was high-fiving people, but she was doing my hand. Like I'm not even like coherent at the time. Anyway, lo and behold, like the popular girl, one of the popular girls, she was having a slumber party. And the only way you can come to the slumber party is, of course, you have to be invited. And if you was invited, you was like the who's who's. You were part of the it crew, right? So, like rumors, I don't want to say rumors. The spill, basically the topic, the tea, was, that she was having a slumber party and everybody was trying their very best to get invited. Well, I have always been the type of person where I think it happened like 6th grade. It might have been before then. I don't know. But I've been the type of person, like, once I had made the decision, like, I don't really need people like to function. Like, if you gonna rock me, you gonna rock with me. And if you don't, bye. I've always been that type of person. So I've never been to the point where I feel like I need to hang around somebody to validate me, if that makes sense. So when people were like being all giddy about it, I really wasn't paying no attention, to be totally honest. I wore Kmart clothes. I didn't wear name brand stuff. Like, I was cool with my Kmart clothes. I was cool with being myself. Like, if I had name brand stuff, it was because my cousin from Miami was buying it. So a lot of the stuff that I had when I was in middle school was because my cousin Miami was sending it to me. He would buy my school clothes. He would buy my 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 nameplates, like my Cuban links, my herringbone chains. Like, the stuff that I had came from my cousin in Miami, not my mama. My mama would take me to Kmart, and that was cool. I had no issue with that. I would, as long as it matched, like, as long as she allowed me to put the stuff together, like, I was cool with it. I even got teased. I remember what I had on. Like, this one girl, she teased me because I had on like this pink shirt, and at the time, like, the jeans had like pink flowers in the back, like on the back pockets in the back. And I had on some pink shoes, and they had like the glitter on them. I can't remember the name of them, but they were no name brand. And so basically, she was like, "Look at you with them ugly cat heads. Look at you with these ugly cat heads." Like, she was like, "You got on Kmart clothes." And so it was like, and she was name brand down. But once I figured out, like, your issue was the dude still messed with me regardless of what I had on. That was your issue. Like, you would be name brand down, or you would be flashing his money, and that still didn't get the attention that you wanted. I was just being myself. Anyway, so I really wasn't expecting an invitation. I didn't care, but I really wasn't expecting an invitation. I was expecting to, like, not be included at all, right? So, like, literally, it was like this huge deal. Like, it was around the school, like, oh, I hope I'm invited to this slumber party. And so I was like, what's the big deal? But the girl, what do I want to name her, child? Oh, what was the girl name on Clueless? What was her? Cher. We're gonna call her Cher. So Cher was like the girl on Clueless. She was popular. Like, she wore name brand stuff. Her family wasn't rich, but they were comfortable enough to where she could literally, like, be dressed down. Anything new, anything that was fresh coming out, she was doing. Like, she was the one, she was the one wearing it. Like, she would be the first of the first, the who's of the who's, who had whatever that was coming down the pipeline as far as name brand, popular, this is what's in type situation. Right? So she so everybody was like excited about these. It was all the buzz about these damn invitations. So she started, like, she made like the announcement, because it was like a huge deal. When I say it was a huge deal, it was like a huge deal. It was this it was like this, she walked in type, and she had her balloons, and it was like, it's my birthday, my slumber party is coming up, and I'm gonna make my decisions of who's gonna come and who's gonna be there, and who's allowed to come to my birthday party, who's allowed to come to my slumber party, right? So people was talking about it, and they was trying to, like, go above and beyond. Like, they started bringing gifts prior to her passing out invitations. They started bringing her gifts. They started sucking her. They started kissing her butt. When people want to do something, like, when they want something, like, they do something to try to get something back in return. Not me. So anyway, so when it came down to the day for her to pass out invitations, she did it at lunchtime. And remember, I told y'all at this time we were able to sit, like, everybody went to lunch at a certain time, and we were able to sit wherever we wanted to sit. They end up changing that later. Then you had to split with your class, but at this point in time, you were able to sit wherever you wanted to sit, right? Okay, so she ended up doing the announcements and passing out the invitations at lunch. So she passed out the invitation. Her first invitation, she was like, my first invitation goes to class president. Because she was the class president. So that's going to be her name. Class president. And so she was like, I knew it. She was kind of popular, kind of. She was kind of popular. She was really popular with the teachers because she was really smart, but she was popular. She was popular. She was. Her second invitation went to something different. Something different was like, so something different was extremely talented. And so, like, she could provide a service, and she has been doing this service since she was young. So it kind of made sense for her to be there. Nothing weird. She just could provide a service. Then she was like, and my next invitation is going out to Nia. So Nia walked up and got her invitation. And so she was like, my next invitation is going to my girl, Shorty. Wait, what? So when she called my name, Pinky was like, huh? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, me? She was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Now, mind you, me and Cher, like, we knew of each other because my sister was cool with her mom, because my sister's job, like, was working under Cher's mom. So we kind of knew each other, like, in passing. So if, like, we had to go, like, if me and my mom was going to pick up my sister from work, she'd be like, go in there and get your sister. And so when I go in to go get her, like, Cher is there sometimes with her mom. And so it'd be like, oh, hey, Cher, because we've seen each other in school and in passing. So it was kind of like we knew each other. But then, on the other hand, like, her dad had family on the street that I lived on. So this one particular day, like, she happened to pop up at my house. And I've shown you guys my house. So people would think, like, we was rich because of our house size. And that just wasn't the case. We wasn't rich. We was cool, but we wasn't rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mama made stuff happen. Put it like that. Anyway, yeah, so she had popped up at my house. And when she popped up at my house, like, we was just having this moment. Like, we was just hanging out in the street, having a good time, laughing, talking. And it was like, this girl is really down to earth type situation. And we was just having a good time, like, real talk, seriously. And then it was like her dad, when it was time for her to go, like, we was standing in the middle of the street, laughing and talking. And her dad was like, come on. And he called her by her middle name, which I'm going to say her middle name was Simone. He was like, come on, Simone. And I was like, Simone? And so she was like, yeah, girl, that's my middle name. I was like, oh, I'm going to call you Simone from here on out. She was like, okay, girl. Like, for real. And so, like, and still to this day, I call her by her middle name. Crazy. Anyway. So, yeah, it was like, oh, okay, from now on, I'm going to call you Simone. So, like, we kind of had a little moment, but I didn't think, like, that was extreme. Like, I just thought, nobody else is around at the time right now, so you coming to hang out with me. That's how I took it. But we having a good time. I know you from school. It's a vibe. That's it. Like, we was just having a good time in the middle of the street. So, anyway, so she was like, my girl Shorty. And I was like, oh. So, Pinky was like, huh? And I was like, I was shocked, for real. Because, again, I didn't see myself as a popular girl. And I didn't even think nothing about the invitation of nothing. And the girls that she was calling, like, I ain't really mess with them either. I hang out with Pinky. So she was looking, she was like, let me show you. Wait, hold on. Yeah. So she had the invitation. She was like, because she said, like, everybody else, when she called their name, they was, and came quick to get their invitation. I was sitting there like, what happened? And so she was like, and she was giving a look like, girl, I know you're not going to, have me up here looking stupid. And so I was like, oh, my bad. So I came in, I was like, oh, okay, girl, thank you. And so, like, I'm standing up there with the rest of the girls, and we all look like we about to say our Easter speech. Anyway, So the next girl she called, ooh, what I'm gonna name her? I gotta give her a name. I need a name. I need a name. I need a name. I need a name. Trend. Trend. Trinity. That's what we're gonna call her, chill. So the next name she called was Trinity. Trinity, I knew Trinity too. Me and Trinity was cool. So it was like, oh, okay, cool. Like Trinity was also, wasn't too popular, but like well known, like cool, laid back type situation. So was that it? Hold on. Yeah, class president. Yes, that was it. Trinity, that was it. She was like, and that's it. That's all the invitations I'm giving out. Everybody else was like, oh, man, what? What do you mean? Because, mind you, these people were the ones who was, like, giving her gifts up to the upcoming week because she made her announcement, like, on Friday. So, all during the week, like, they're giving gifts and candy and trying to, you know, coax her over to get an invitation to the slumber party. I don't know. Anyway, so she was like, after people kind of cleared out, they was like, oh, whatever. And of course, you know, girls like, it ain't gonna be all that anyway. Of course, the girls who mad because they didn't get chosen, but it's whatever. So we're standing there. We're standing there, and at this time, me and Nia don't like each other. We don't like each other. Can't stand each other. Can't stand the sight of each other, to be honest. Cannot stand each other. So we're standing in a circle, and I'm sitting here going to myself, like, girl, hold up. Do you just realize, like, you agreed to spend the weekend with Nia? You don't even know these girls. Like, girl, what you doing? Which I didn't. Like, I had never spent the night with the girls, like, on that level. Like, I didn't know them on that level. I knew them, but I didn't know them on that level to be like, oh, mama, I'm going to spend the night over here. So, in my mind, I'm like, whoa, I got to tell my mama about this slumber party. And then, too, I'm going to be spending the weekend with Nia. So, and she was like, okay, y'all, here's the invitations. Like, I'm going to give y'all a rundown of what's going to happen, give y'all the itinerary of what we're going to do when we go, when y'all come to my house or whatever. She was like, but you have to make sure you bring your invitation. That's the only way you can get in the slumber party. The slumber party was going to be at her house, but you had to bring your invitation. It was giving Sweet 16 before Sweet 16 was on TV, if that makes sense. So we was like, oh, okay, cool. And so I was sitting there talking like to myself, like, girl, you might want to give the invitation back because I don't like Nia. Nia don't like me. This probably not gonna work. This not gonna work. This not gonna work. So go back to class. Like, lunch is over. They're gonna speed it up. Lunch is over. We go back to class, and we go back to Miss Hanson's class, and Pinky is like, so you gonna go? And I was like, I don't know. And so she was like, how you gonna go anyway? She was like, Nia don't like you. Now, mind you, how I knew Nia didn't like me was Pinky. Like, Pinky had a class with Nia, and Pinky was the one coming to me telling me, like, Nia don't like you. She can't stand you. She always talking about you. She always saying stuff about you behind your back. She don't like you. Now, mind you, but, like, when Pinky started coming to me and telling me stuff from Nia, I was like, I don't even know that girl. What I do to her? Like, I don't even know her. I don't know nothing about her. So there's no reason for her not to like me. I don't know her. She don't know me. She need to shut the... Because I don't know her. So she was like, girl, I don't know, but like, I just don't understand, like, how you gonna go spend the night with somebody who don't even like you? She was like, you don't even talk to them girls, which was true. And I was like, you're right. And I was like, but like, I'm cool with Cher. Like, I know of Cher. And I was like, and clearly is the reason why she invited me, right? And so she was like, I guess. So I'm kind of taking into consideration, like, your feelings, because you feel away. Number one, I don't talk to these girls. Me and you always hang together. Me and you are like this. So we're always together. And then now it's like all of a sudden, like, I'm being invited. And so it's like, are you going to leave me hanging? Like, you're not going to hang with me no more? Like, because this is the popular of the popular girls. Her and class president, so to speak. And so I was like, girl, like, what's the issue? And she was like, I just think you should, at least tell Cher, like you don't want to come, or at least tell Cher, like, you don't like Nia. So there's your way out. There's your excuse. And I was like, girl, you coming up with excuses more than I am. But I digress. And I was like, I'll think about it. Because here's the thing. I haven't even asked my mama yet. So I don't even know if my mama going to let me go or not. Because I don't know these people. I don't know these churns. So anyway, I get home and I go and I show my mama the invitation, because she gave it out Friday, so which means the slumber party will be next Friday, right? And so I gave my mama the invitation. Well, I showed my mama the invitation, and I was like, I got invited to a slumber party. I got invited for the weekend. Am I able to go? And so she said, you got invited to a slumber party? Who's slumber party? And I said, Cher. And so my mom was like, who is Cher? Who is Cher? And I was like, Ma, Cher is, I was like, the daughter of my sister's boss. I was like, like, she be at my sister's job. I was like, when I go in, she be at her job. Like, she be in there with her mama. And I was like, her mama is my sister's boss. I was like, come on. We be like, you say the name twice. You supposed to remember. We be like, Cher. So she was like, I don't know who that is. And so I went to my sister and I was like, tell her, like, your boss, like, this is your boss's daughter. And so she was like, she started explaining, like, her dad's side, like, down the street. She started, like, his family members, and my sister tried to, explain this to my mama, like, so you know who I'm talking about. And so she was like, you seen my boss? She was like, my boss done came to the door. So my mom was like, okay. And I was like, girl, we gotta go all around the solar system. Come on. Anyway, so she was like, you wanna go? And so I was like, I don't know. And I was like, but I'm asking just in case I decide to go. And so she was like, well, if that's her mama, she, that's fine. She seemed like she's a respectable lady. Like, seem like I can trust her. So that's fine. I was like, oh, okay. And so she was like, just let me know your decision. I was like, okay, I'll let you know. So I'm going back and forth in my head. But it's the weekend. I'm going to put this down. Because you had to, of course, RSVP by Tuesday. So I was like, I'm going to put this down. I got time to think about it. So I went outside. We outside. Baby, we was always outside. Basketball, riding through the trail, through the woods, riding on our bicycles, skating, making mud pies. Like, we was always outside. We would make up a game. We played softball. Was it softball? Yeah, it was more softball because the ball was kind of big. So we played softball. We didn't even have a bat. We had a board. We found a little board. That was our bat. And we, like, a tree was the base, a building was the base, and then it was like a table over here was the base, and we would play softball, lit, running, having a good time. Anyway, we was outside. So I went outside. That was my typical normal weekend. Outside. You was looking for the kids. How to find the kids was wherever the bikes was, where the bunch of bikes was, in front of whoever house that was, that's where the kids was. So I'm outside. Anyway, when I come back in, because we had to be home by the street lights. That's usually around 6 o'clock. Street lights usually come on. You better be making it. Most of the time, you better have your butt in there before the street light come on. When that street light click, you better be in your yard, to be totally honest. Anyway, when I got in the house, my mama was like, Pinky called you. My mom was like, Pinky called you. And I was like, oh, okay. After I take my bath or whatever and eat, I'll call her back. And so she was like, okay. So took my bath, ate my dinner, watched TV for a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay, let me call the girl back because I forgot. So I called Pinky. I was like, hey, girl, what's up? And so she was like, so did you call Cher and let Cher know that you're not going? No. She was like, I just don't understand why you thinking about it. She was like, Nia don't like you. And I'm telling you, like, she heavy on this Nia don't like you thing. She heavy on it. Like, heavy. And it's like, girl, do you not like Nia? Like, I mean, I don't even know Nia. And I'm that type of person. And people be like, girl, she don't like you. Girl, I don't care. Like, I don't care. I'm not expending energy. Because if you don't like me, you should know nothing about what's going on. But you be told the ones who don't like you be the one who watch you the most. Hey. Don't mind me. So, yeah, she heavy on Nia. When I'm saying heavy, like, Nia. Like, every other word was about Nia. And I'm like, girl, let me talk to you later because I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking about it. And so she was like, was your mom going to let you go? I said, she said it's fine. And so she was like, she don't even know them girls. You don't even know them girls. Like, why is she letting you go? And I'm like, girl, what is the issue? I was like, do you want to go? Like, do you want me to call Cher and be like, hey, let me put a word in for Cher? You want to invite Cher over? Like, no. I don't want you to go. Like, instead of you going that weekend, you come spend the weekend with me. Listen, I haven't decided if I want to go yet. Once I decided, I'll let you know. I was like, it's okay. Like, that doesn't mean we're going to stop being friends. That doesn't mean we're going to stop being friends if I go to this goddamn slumber party. It's not that big of a deal. In my mind, it wasn't. And so she was like, all right. I'll talk to you later. So she hung up. So usually throughout the weekend, me and Pinky are always on the phone. Like, we're always talking. If I'm not outside, me and Pinky are on the phone. So I'm outside, of course, when I come in. Usually I'm waiting to hear my mama say, hey, Pinky called you. Saturday, when I'm coming in from playing outside, Pinky didn't call me. Okay. So I called her. So I called her. I was like, hey, girl, what you doing? What you got? You got plans for the weekend? So she was like, yeah, I'm going to call you back because I'm busy. So I hung up the phone. She was like, she'll call me back. I watched TV. Well, lo and behold, like, I watched TV, went to sleep, and woke up Sunday and was like, damn, she never called me back. Okay. Well, Sunday, anybody who knows my mama, baby, we got to get up and we got to go to church. I don't care who you are. You got to get up. You got to go to church, baby. You are getting up. You are getting ready for church. And not only are you going to do church service, you are going to do Sunday school. Baby did not want to do it. Do you not hear me? Did not want to do it. Because I was tired. I was tired of looking at the church building. Tired of looking at the church building. Tuesday was prayer meeting. Wednesday was Bible study. Thursday, she had choir rehearsal. Friday, if they had somewhere to go, they was going somewhere. Saturday was choir rehearsal again. Sunday, we in church. Sunday school, church service. The only service I look forward to was goddamn church anniversary because I got to play that at the end. That's it. Other than that, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. Honey, it got to the point, the older I got, the longer my hair got, I'll pull my hair over my face, have my Bible open, move my hand every once in a while, I'll be asleep. I don't want to be here. Anyway. Pray for me. Anyway, so she didn't call. Like, She didn't call Saturday. She didn't call me back Saturday night. And I was like, well, okay. So Sunday, of course, we went to church. Come back. Listen to the voicemail. Well, we didn't have voicemails. Answer machine. Listen to the answer machine. Like, looked at the answer machine, no voicemail. Because usually, Pinky would be like, girl, coming back once you get home from church. She ain't say nothing. Okay. So, I ain't tripping. I was like, well, maybe she busy. She said she was busy yesterday. Maybe she hanging out with her family or whatever. So, we can take a break. We talk all the time. We in class together all the time. We can take a break. No biggie. So, get to school on Monday. I still haven't given my answer yet. Right? So, lunch break on Monday, Cher walks up to me and she was like, girl, you're the only one who haven't RSVP'd. And I was like, for real? And so she was like, yeah. What's up? You don't want to come to my slumber party, Angel? Like, this is literally how she talks. And her head moved like that. You don't want to come to my slumber party, Angel? And I was like, it's not that. And I was like, real talk, me and Nia don't like each other. And I was like, so I don't want to ruin your party. Or I don't want to be around somebody that I don't like. And I don't want somebody who don't like me to be around me over the whole weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, this is your day. It's your party. And I don't want to bring you down, with stuff like that. And I was like, because she said something smart. I was like, so I don't want to do that. So she was like, why you don't like Nia? And I was like, in all honesty, I don't even know the girl. And I was like, I don't have nothing against her. And I was like, all I know is like the girl keep sending messages to me about how she don't like me. She was like, huh? She was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know. I don't even know the girl. She was like, don't worry about it. She was like, I'll fix it. We'll get it all straight. You gonna RSVP? You coming to my party or not? And I was like, she was like, Angel. And I was like, all right. I'll come to the party. And so she was like, okay, see you Friday. All right. So go back in class after lunch. And so Pinky, you not acting like your Pinky self. You not hype. You not talking. You really kind of, melancholy, like chilling to yourself, not really talking to me or whatever. And, I noticed it. But I'm like, girl, like you good? And you would say, yeah, I'm good. I'm okay. Okay. So speed up to Thursday. And so you're now, like, before class is dismissed, on Thursday, you was like, so what you doing for the weekend? And I was like, oh, I'm going to the slumber party. And she was like, and I was like, what? And so she was like, you really going to the slumber party? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to the slumber party. She was like, you don't even know those girls. And Nia is going to be there. Nia. Like, at this point, girl, like, you singing this girl name. Like, you singing this girl name more than when you would come to tell me whatever this girl said. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I know she's gonna be there. And I was like, and I already told Cher, like, me and her don't get along, but she said, like, she gonna fix it. And so she was like, girl, that's a setup. That's a setup. When you get there, they probably gonna jump you. Why they gonna jump me? And I was like, why you think it's a setup? And I was like, the other girls, like, we cordial, we talk. Why would you think it's a setup? She was like, girl, it's a setup. It's a setup. I'm telling you. Like, if she cool with Nia, if she cool with Nia, then it's a setup. I'm pretty sure it's a setup. I was like, I honestly don't think it's a setup. It's a setup. And I was like, Cher, like, excuse me, Cher is cool. Like, she cool. Like, we just had this conversation. Like, I just told her, like, before I even accepted the invitation or decided to go. And I said, because literally she walked up to me because I was the only one who had RSVP. And so she was like, so you don't want to go? Why would you say, okay, yeah, I'm coming when you really don't want to go? And I said, that's not the case. She was like, all right. Girl, why we arguing like we in a relationship? Like, what is the problem? What is the problem? What is the reason? What's the problem right now? And I was like, girl, what is going on? So she was like, I just don't understand why you going and hang out with girls that you don't know, and especially one that you don't like. I was like, it's really not that big of a deal. I've never been to a slumber party. I want to go to a slumber party. I want to experience it. My mom don't let me go nowhere. The only reason this lady is letting me go, truth be told, is because my sister, her mom, Cher's mom, is my sister's boss. That's the only reason I'm able to go. I was like, the only reason she let me go to your house is because you on the phone all the time. You on the phone, we on the phone all the time. She know, but we been in 5th grade, 6th grade. Here we are, 7th grade together. We've been through 3 grades. That's the only reason she let me come to you. Like, I'm just saying. It just don't make sense. That's stupid. Anyway, here comes Friday. So when Friday comes, you don't go home on your regular bus. Like, you stay after school, right? So you stay after school to get to get in the van. Was it a van? It was more like a expedition. It was more like the expedition. Like, so it was a nice expedition. So you stayed to get in the expedition to go to the party, right? So you stayed after school. You didn't get on the bus. Like, you're waiting for like your ride to come. Like, she had it set up. So anyway, like, our buses is when it was time to leave, our buses was on the side of the school at this time. So yeah, they were on the side of the school at this time. So like we're walking to the buses, but we know that we're not going. So we usually walk into the bus. We walk to the bus and we talking, waving people by or whatever, and to and to get on the bus. That would be a quick story if I tell that one. That's crazy. Anyway, so I'm walking with Pinky because she had already told us, like, hey, we're gonna meet like out front, in the front of the school, not where the buses are, like out front. So after y'all get through like talking or whatever, that the last bell where like the buses pull off, y'all meet me out front. So I'm walking with Pinky to the bus, and so you still, got a little attitude or whatever, but you kind of talking, so you throwing like slick shots, like, enjoy your party. I hope they don't jump you. Enjoy your party. I hope you have a good time. I hope they don't jump you. I hope they don't do nothing to you in your sleep. I hope like you're not calling me and be like, oh, you were right, Pinky. And I was like, and at this point, it was like, I'm over it. And it's starting to irritate me because at this point, like, Nia has never said anything to me. For the amount of information that Pinky was bringing me about Nia had never said anything to me. Now, when we looked at each other, I ain't gonna lie, it would be a hard that. Like, but it was never any exchange out of our mouth or any exchange with our hands. Real talk. So she literally said, at this point, it's like, I'm over. And I was like, all right, Pinky, you have a good weekend. I'm going to go ahead and head out to the front. And so she was like, oh, you're not even going to walk me all the way to the bus? You're not even going to keep talking with me to the bus? And I was like, I don't want to hear about Nia and this slumber party anymore. I'll be glad when the slumber party is over so you can stop talking about it and we can get back to us being cool, like to our regular program, because I ain't feeling this. And so she was like, it's whatever. I'm just telling you, like, I hope they don't do nothing to you. And I was like, girl, what kind of sense are you making right now? She was like, whatever, have a good time. She walked off. I walked the other way. Because at this point, I don't even know what your issue is. And I'm tired of hearing the Nia track. Nia. Like, I'm tired of hearing her name at this point. I ain't even been around the girl. I ain't even seen the girl. I ain't even stepped tiptoe in the party. And you talk about this girl like you mention her like crazy. Not to mention like the only reason I know this girl don't like me is you. Right? Anyway, go to the front and something different. Class president Nia are already out there. Girl, what was Trinity hadn't come out there yet, but as I'm walking up towards like to go to the breezeway to go out the door, Trinity walks she was like, "Ooh, I was waiting for you to come." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Now I know Trinity. Her family and my family, we all attended the same church. So I knew Trinity, right? So I was like, "You was waiting for me to come?" She was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So we walk outside together, right? So when me and Trinity walk up, something different, class president and Nia, they look back at each other and did that little anyway, that, right? So I'm like, this was a mistake. This was a mistake. So Trinity was like, "Don't leave me." Now Trinity she was popular. She was well known, but she wasn't popular like the other three. Right? So I was like, what? Say it again. So she was like, "Don't leave me." I was like, "Oh, okay. Oh, okay." Dang, the summer party gonna be 2 parts? That's crazy. Y'all know I'm like going over 40 minutes. Oh my God. I didn't think it was gonna be 2 parts. Sorry. I love you the most because you're definitely the dopest in real life. And I will see you in the next one.